So before we get into the video at hand, I'd like to take a second to address a couple of questions I had on this eco loop funnel from last week's video, which is kind of nice because usually my videos don't line up like that where I'm recording them back to back and actually get to read the comments from the previous video. But the reason is because I was doing a video for you guys on batteries and charging systems, and halfway through the video my microphone accidentally muted, and yeah, it was all the important stuff in the video was just my hands pointing at things. Yeah. So anyway, yes, the eco loop funnel. A bunch of people asked me if you can use it with gasoline. So I tried it on my gas can in the back of my truck, and it does not fit on a standard gas can. And it says right here, not for use for gasoline. Who knew? So yeah, that question out of the way. Let's get into the main topic here. So on to the topic at hand, and that's what you probably saw in the thumbnail was this here old school metal toolbox made by Bethlehem Tool Company. I first saw this. Nick from Jersey Discount Tools, I was just doom scrolling short videos, and he was coming back from a tool convention in Bethlehem, PA. Said that he saw this, he bought one himself, and I immediately bought it. This thing checks all the boxes as far as tools go in my book. One, it's made in America. Two, it's got a little bit of a local connection for me. Bethlehem, PA is literally like an hour and a half from my house, and yeah, I mean, it's got that whole nostalgic feel to it. It's an old school metal toolbox. I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to keep his toolbox right by the front door where the kitchen was, and I used to like to stand on it and watch my mom make dinner. She wasn't a very good cook, but she did her best. But yeah, so like I said, this company, they just started making these things. I think they shipped their first one in November. I bought this myself, and then after I bought it, I kind of wanted to get a little information on it, so I actually contacted them via email, which is the opposite of what most YouTubers do as far as tools go, is they call the company first and say, send me a free thing. But yeah, so yeah, this thing, it's just got a lot of cool factor going on. This is the smaller of the two toolboxes, traditional toolboxes they sell. The other one, of course, is bigger, 2 latches, and then they sell like little storage cases, little metal storage cases that you could put things in, heavy duty stuff. Kind of like I haven't seen one in firsthand, but it kind of reminds me of like the bolt drawers that you would have at your shop type deal. They come in 3 different colors. This would be the matte black finish, which I like just because it seems like it would be less likely to look like it was getting all scratched up. They have a blue, and they have a red color. So yeah, let's flip the camera down, kind of take a close look at this thing, and give you my thoughts on it. So this is it up on the bench here. I got a new camera mount so I could get a little bit of a higher angle, which is nice. And yeah, kind of basic measurements we're looking at here. 14 by 6 inches and 6.5 inches deep. Like I said before, these are available in black, blue, and red. The black is a matte finished, like you can see right here. These are powder coated, and they are made out of 22 gauge steel, which is pretty good for a toolbox, especially made nowadays. Now, getting into the internals, you got yourself a traditional tray right here. I can say that this thing is very stiff. Looks like we got spot welds all along the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spot welds actually holding the thing together, which is nice. They didn't cheap out on that. 2 spot welds actually holding the handle on the thing, and again, stiffer than frig, this thing. Now the internals of the box, you get the little lip here, which we'll get into that later. That's actually kind of cool. With the tray in it, you got yourself about 3 3/4 depth as far as being able to put things in. Coke can's too big. And one of the things I did notice right away when I first got this in the mail there, you got these 2 lips right here, which is for, of course, holding the top tray. But toolboxes I've had in the past, metal toolboxes like this, these metal tray seats, I guess you would call them, are usually just kind of spot welded in there, just a piece of metal folded over. But they actually took the extra effort and kind of bent the steel so it would kind of, a little compound bend there, so you don't have to worry about those goofy little spot welds breaking off, and then your tray's just always flopping in there. And again, on the side, now that we're looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I mean, you got better part of 16 spot welds just I'm looking at right here as far as this perimeter goes. Now, as far as hardware goes, I mean, it's pretty standard for a old school toolbox. You got the handle here, which is riveted on the top. Rivets go straight through. And you have the latch that holds the thing on. They didn't go messing with the design too much, which is good because it's a proven design, but yeah, it's kind of nice. And again, as far as that 22 gauge steel goes, I mean, this thing does not have a lot of give in it, like the Chinese ones they were punching out before this style toolbox went out of style. And just in case anybody was wondering, the weight on it, the little scale here, you were looking at 6.4 pounds, 6 pounds basically, in grams. I just teared it. Stupid. There we go. In grams, you're talking 2,700 grams, give or take a little bit. So there we go. That is the Bethlehem Tool Company metal toolbox. I know a couple of you are probably rolling your eyes, saying, why would I want a metal toolbox? I can get back out for the same price, a little cheaper, a little expensive, a little more expensive, depending on which ones you buy. And I mean, it just comes down to, I mean, there's a lot of nostalgia with these old metal toolboxes, and this particular one is made as good as any toolbox of this sort that I've ever owned in my entire life. And I mean, it's made in America, you know, it's got a cool story to it. It's an upstart company. It's not some piece of red plastic that was injected molded someplace 10,000 miles away for somebody who's doesn't care what they're doing. I mean, you could tell they put some thought into building this thing. And talking to the guy on email, you could tell he's definitely passionate about this little adventure he's getting into. And like I said, that alone makes it worth it for me to buy. I originally bought this thinking, you know, I'm going to stick some of my measuring tools and whatnot into this thing and just have like a nice safe place to store everything. But after having it and fondling it for a little while, I don't want to mess it up, which is ridiculous for a toolbox. But I have like 4 different places where I keep all my camera gear for recording, and I think what I'm going to do is just put it all in here, so that way there I'm not looking in 4 different places every time I need a mount or a microphone or something of that nature, and I'll protect it inside my house where it'll last a million years, like pretty much all these toolboxes did back when they made them good. Again, I did buy this myself. Like I said, I saw the video, bought it. I contacted the company just because I wanted to get a little bit more information to give to you guys as far as the backstory and how these things are made. A lot of people are suspicious with tool YouTubers, and that's because you should be, because most of them are shills and scumbags who are just looking to make money and make brand deals with other companies. I got a good job. I don't need that, and I make plenty of money off of my short videos. These long formats are a hobby for me. I like to find cool stuff or teach you guys stuff, and yeah, like I said, this is fun for me, and that's why I do it. All the Amazon links and all that other stuff, that just kind of helps fund me to do these things. And if I'm being honest with you, between the time I spend and the money that I get from those Amazon clicks, it's basically a break-even deal with these long format videos. So that aside, I will try to link their website in the description. Sometimes YouTube gets goofy about .coms in descriptions. You never know with them. So I'll try to link that in the description. If not, I'll put up here the website. I'm pretty sure it's BethlehemToolCompany.com, but I don't want to say that, which I just did. And yeah, like I said, I like it. It's cool. It brings back old memories. It's sturdy. It's well built. It's made in America. Got a local tie. I mean, how else could I go wrong with this thing? So as always, any comments or concerns, you can drop them down in the old comment section there. I'll do my best to get back to you. And I'd like to thank you for watching. There you go.